we will start the race. Press X.
Have our racers taking off. We have a very early lead being taken. Well, actually no early lead being taken, really. Everybody is clumped together in that very beginning portion. Let's take a look at Rumgood heading into that first curve, and you can see two other racers right next to them, almost hitting those buildings. They are extremely close to one another. Who are these people? They are insane and absolutely crazy. We're not going to switch over there. We're going to switch over to Katz's view, and Katz is looking like they are pulling up the rear just behind Airside Ivan, passing Airside Ivan. It looks like Rumgood maybe starting to head a little bit more into the lead there. Oh, and this beautiful view of Rumgood even just like inches behind that other racer in front of them. Let's take a look at that. You can see like right down their engine pretty clearly. And here's Barak. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of a latency issue here with Barak, so we're not going to be switching to them very often, but we may every so often. Here we go with Cyrez. Looks like Cyrez doesn't have anybody directly in front of them, so I'm going to assume, and yes, Cyrez is in the lead, followed immediately by Rumgood, then Systemac, Ripper, and Cat 740, and then Barak and Airside Ivan bringing up the rear. Let's take a look over at this Cat's cam. And we have Cats heading into this kind of sort of the longer switchback that we have here before heading into the long spiraling upward curve. Let's take a look at Cyrez, our current leader, as they just start heading into that long curve up. We're taking this pretty conservatively, once again, slowing down pretty hard as they come into the curve. And everybody in chat, how are we feeling? How do we feel this race is going? Who do you think is going to win? And yes, of course, we do have our beautiful Aurora here representing us at StarRacing. This is the wonderful Marathos, who's going to be acting as our camera. And here we go. It looks like we have our first racers starting to come into that start line, but there is someone right behind them. This is Cyrez with 2 minutes 6 seconds. Then we have almost immediately behind, we have 2 minutes 10 seconds for Rumgood. And then who do we have coming up next in behind there? Looks like we don't necessarily have anyone coming up right away, but here we go, Barak 43 with a little bit of stuttering, but hopefully on their screen they don't have the stuttering because they come in with 2 minutes, 15 seconds, 76 milliseconds. Let's take a look at our standings. Looks like everybody has made it through, so we have Cyrez, 2 minutes 6 seconds, Cat 740, 209, Rumgood with 210, and Barak with 215, 218 for Systemac, and 221 for Airside Ivan. These are some extremely tight times. That is all within 15 seconds of each other. It is really anybody's race still as we stand right now. Cyrez still in the lead, managing to hang on to that, but we have Rumgood and Cats both hot on their heels. In fact, you can even see the little image right there in the corner of, it looks like Cats is just in front of Cyrez, or just in front of Rumgood, and then just in front of Cats himself is going to be Cyrez. So we'll see how this goes. They are so incredibly close to one another. And it looks like the standings stayed largely the same. We have Cyrez, Cats, Rumgood, Barak 43, so that little swap between Barak and Systemac, and then Airside Ivan bringing up the rear. There we go, nice little overhead flyby from Cyrez as we get into the middle portion of this. And actually looks like Cyrez is already approaching the end of their second lap. This is quite impressive timing to be already up here. This is 3 minutes 47 seconds. They are starting to come into the end of their second lap. That is wild timing, actually. Oh, but unfortunately they took that corner just a little bit too close, and they did crash into the top there. Here, we're going to turn on some audio here. Let's turn it down, though, so that we have a little bit of audio going on in the background. Oh, never mind. We have another commentator in that view, so we're going to just turn that off. Here we have Cats coming down towards the end of their third lap, still just behind Cyrez. But let's take a look at what time is it that we're going to be getting through. And they come in just behind Cyrez, 2:07. Cyrez was probably 2:06:59 or some ridiculously short length of time ahead. In fact, oh, that view that we have from Rumgood, it almost feels like Rumgood is using the webcam to look around as they're flying. But there we go. They are taking the lead away from Cyrez here. Or not. There we go. Cyrez popping ahead of them. Let's take a look at Cyrez's view. And it looks like there's a little bit of a sync issue here. They're not exactly in the same place, but they're still definitely extremely close. Here comes Rumgut coming through that long straightaway, and we have our third lap going on with some incredible action. Here we go. Taking a look at Katz, who is right immediately behind Cyrez. There was a little bump right there. Definitely scratched the paint on one another's ships. And here we go. Ooh, it looks like Cyrez, almost cut that corner a little bit close. But here we have a great view of Cyrez in that other M50 just ahead of Katz. Let's see, is Katz able to make up this time, or will Cyrez retain the lead and carry on through until the end of this? Looks like Cyrez did just a little bit of a better curve on that last turn there, getting a bit more inertia into that final, or into that boost to head forward and into this final quarter of the race. Let's take a look over at Cyrez's view. They don't have anybody on their screen. They do not even know exactly where Katz is, but we know as fans that Katz is right behind them. Here we go. We have a view of Rumgut coming around in the same location, but unfortunately has fallen a little bit further behind. Let's take another look over at Katz, and actually, sorry, we are going to switch down to Cyrez because Cyrez is starting to head over towards the end of the race here. Ooh, with a very tight curve over that tree there, almost colliding with the roof. There is Cyrez and Katz at exactly the same time. 6 minutes, 22 seconds, and 95 milliseconds. That is an exact tie.
What is that?
We
it's
have
the
not
same
seen
race
that before.
time.
That is unbelievable that we have exactly the same time. That is the closest that I have ever seen a race result in this game. That is wild. 6 minutes, 22 seconds, and 95 milliseconds to both Katz and Cyrez. And then another tie with Barak and Systemac, both coming through with 6 minutes, 59 seconds, and 69 milliseconds. And Systemac with 6, 59, and 69 milliseconds. There are two ties here. That is unbelievable. How is that even possible?